Hey, fly fishermen and women. Today we're going to be whipping up the Black Ghost. Starting off, you're going to want to start with a size 4 barbless streamer hook. This model's model 22 from Wholesale Fly Company. And then we're going to go with the 2/0 black floss. It's not Christmas, but you better start whipping out your tinsel. And can't forget the chicken feathers. These are yellow and white strung rooster hackle with some artificial jungle cock eyes. Don't have the real thing because I'm not rich. And we're gonna get started. Tying your floss about a third of the way down the hook shank, all the way back to the hook bend, and cutting it off. Here's where I take my yellow saddle hackle feather and I pull some of those fibers off the bottom to make my tailing material. You can make it however thick, thin, however you like, whatever looks good. Here I'm measuring it up as a hook width length, if that makes sense. Length of the hook gap width. Putting that out the back and then tying this in. In this case, I really like to use the floss because it lays down nice and flat. Even though it's 2/0, it really doesn't build up a super thick profile until you get a bunch of wraps in there. So you'll see here that I'm working this down the hook shank a little bit. Then I'm coming back with some of that good old tinsel, snipping it off at the end so it creates a nice sharp corner for you to tie in the back, and then we get rolling. Once you get about a hook eye behind the hook eye, you want to stop, and then we start wrapping our tinsel. Make sure you get nice and even wraps. You'll see that I kind of screwed up there, went back. Don't feel afraid to go back. And then we're going to wrap all the way up to where we had our tie-in point, right behind the hook eye. Now we're going in with some more yellow. This is going to be the throat of the fly, tying it in. Same place that you had that thread, about a hook eye's length behind the hook eye. This is where you can see that it gets really flat and it doesn't really build up when you use the floss. So here we go. Using some hackle pliers, I'm gonna start wrapping. I do about 3 turns of this saddle hackle, and then I tie it off. Doesn't quite look like a throat right now, but that's where some of the magic happens. In this case, I just take a little glass of water, wet my fingers, and then I can actually splay the fibers down so that they go underneath and serve as the throat. Another little trick is that you can actually put a piece of foam over top and cinch it down and let it sit for about 5 minutes. Here I was kind of lazy and I didn't wait the full 5 minutes. But luckily you can just push it back down. I like to take 2 white hackle feathers and make sure that they're just past the tail in length, and then tie them in right at the head. Snip that excess free. And that serves as your top portion of your body of your fly. These classic flies really used a lot of feathers. And so I was trying to get as realistic as I could, although can't do it perfect. Sometimes you just got to get the artificial material, and in this case, jungle cock is artificial. And you can see that I'm going to tie the eye in on the far side of the hook. You want to make sure that it's got a nice angle and it kind of follows those 2 feathers in the back. What you don't see is me doing it on both sides, but there's jungle cock on both sides. Hit the whip finish, snip it free, and don't be afraid to cure it with some head cement. In fact, cure every fly you tie with head cement or UV or whatever you like to use. But there you go. That's the fly. Pretty darn good looking, even though it's 100 years old.